Welcome to episode 25 of Inside Politics, for teens, by teens, where I explore the politics and issues impacting our generation. I'm your host, Christina Li, and today I'm focusing on political journalism. For this, I've invited Stephanie Murray, author of the Politico Massachusetts Playbook. Stephanie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So let's jump right in. So can you describe your role and your day-to-day responsibilities authoring the Politico Massachusetts Playbook?
I write a daily newsletter that comes out Monday through Friday every morning that covers politics in Massachusetts at the state and local level and at the federal level. So the way that I spend my day is I get up early in the morning and I finish up my newsletter and send it out around 7 o'clock. And then throughout the day, I'm going to press conferences and talking to sources on the phone. And then at night, I read lots of local newspapers and regional newspapers and national news. And so I put most of the newsletter together at night. And so I'm looking for stories written by other journalists to include. And I go to bed, get up, and do it all again.
Awesome. So I understand that you previously covered breaking news in Washington, D.C. for Politico before this. So how is your job different now that you're covering state politics in this way?
My job at Politico was really, my breaking news job at Politico was really intense. And it was during kind of the height of the family separation crisis at the border. And when President Trump was doing a bunch of summits with world leaders, like Vladimir Putin. There was like a summit when Putin handed Trump a soccer ball, and it was like a big memorable moment. So I would be sitting at my desk all day long, and the breaking news was so frequent and so intense that I would like find trouble getting up to go eat lunch and things like that. It was just really nonstop during the day. And then part of my time there, I moved to like the early morning breaking news shift. So I would get up super early in the morning and wait for the president to start tweeting and wait for lots of advisors and different figures to go on the morning TV shows, and they would make a lot of news there. So it was more of like a nonstop, like writing shorter stories. And so what I do now is I assemble the newsletter, and then occasionally I'll write longer stories for the Politico National site about things that are happening in Massachusetts that have national interest.
Understood. So what does serving in this role mean to you?
What do you mean?
So I guess as a reporter writing the Massachusetts Playbook, what does that mean to you personally?
Well, it's such a great opportunity, and it feels like a really big responsibility to, think of what people need to know when they get up in the morning. And so I don't want to overload people with too much information that doesn't matter. And I want to make sure that it's fair, not only, either side of the aisle, but coming from different parts and regions in the state. A lot of news focuses on Boston and the suburbs around Boston, but there's so much more going on in Massachusetts than just what's happening in Boston. So, it feels like a really big responsibility, but it's also such a great gift because I get to be in everyone's inbox every morning. And so it helps me meet sources and establish kind of trust with sources and different political players. So very grateful to be doing it.
That's awesome. So I guess one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people like to focus on federal politics and kind of they don't really focus as much on state politics. So I was wondering if you could talk about the importance of following state politics alongside federal politics.
I think everything that's happened with the coronavirus crisis is a perfect example of why it's really important to pay attention to what not only your state representative and your state senator do, but also what your local officials do. I mean, students and teens all over the state are feeling that, waiting to see what their back to school is going to look like this year. And that's all being decided by your local school committee and school officials. So a lot of attention gets put on federal politics, and rightfully so, but a lot of what happens in our daily lives, the taxes we pay, the decisions we make, are all decided at the state and local level. The federal government hasn't done a whole lot of coronavirus response. I think that they won't be able to put together a coronavirus package again until after the election in November now. So a lot of that responsibility for unemployment, school openings, rent cancellation, all of those things are happening and being decided at the state level. And those are really huge things that will impact all of our lives.
Understood. So I guess for the viewers out there who are fellow teens and interested in pursuing political journalism, do you have any advice for them?
My best piece of advice is to get super involved with your student newspaper or like a student website at your school. So I wish that I had started doing this in high school, but I really waited until college. And I got super involved with Amherst Wire, which is the digital magazine at UMass Amherst, since it's produced by students, run by students, and that really helped me get a lot of experience and then also really stick out to Politico when they were looking at my resume for an internship. Amherst Wire impressed them. And then the other thing, of course, is to do internships or, reach out to local reporters and see if you can shadow them for a day or talk to them on the phone to see if it's something you'd like to do. But yeah, I did a bunch of internships as well.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you so much, Stephanie, for being here today. I really appreciate your insights. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see everybody next time on Inside Politics. Hi everyone, this is Christina. Thank you so much for watching Inside Politics, and please feel free to check out the rest of the interviews on my channel. See you next time!